Jared, you're here. It seems like leading up to this fight, though, your previous opponent failed the USADA test. The original opponent on this card, Nogueira, failed the USADA test. When you're sitting here just like watching that all go on, does it make you angry? Like, hey, I just fought a guy that was popping, guy, maybe tried to fight me dirty. How do you process all that?
Um, I've said it before. I don't want to say that this guy's juicing. That's no Gary. He's a legend and he's been doing this for quite a long time. And he said it was tainted supplements. So I'm going to reserve my scorn and all that good stuff. But I'm just happy USADA's out there doing their job and catching these guys. Leveling out the playing field. It would have been upsetting if I would have fought him, then it would have popped hot afterwards, And but I guess it's a part of the culture. I don't know what it is, but people are doing it, and I'm glad they're getting caught.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, though, it was going to be a legend of the sport, Nogueira. I mean, we heard Daniel Cormier just say he wants to fight John Jones again, even if he's on steroids every time, just because it does more for his career. It's a big name, all those kind of things. He gets his revenge. So is part of you like, damn, I lost that huge opportunity to fight a legend of the sport?
No, there's always going to be opportunities to fight some guy, So as long as I get to fight, I'm happy. I don't care who it is. As long as the UFC deems them worthy to step into the octagon, let's go.
There you go. And obviously Jan's coming off a nice win pretty recently too. So did you watch that fight? What did you kind of make of it? And were you surprised that he accepted another one so quickly after?
No, it was 2 months ago he fought. So it's not, it's good. He's already in shape. So it's not really much of a camp that you have to go through there, just preparing for a fighter. About his performance, and he looked good. The guy who fought Devin Clark, it was lunging in, and that's kind of hard to deal with. It's really hard to deal with that type of fighter if you want to be a conventional striker, So, but he handled it and put off a crazy submission. Yeah. So good for him, but that's not going to happen in this fight. So
I was going to say, I'm assuming you're not going to put yourself in position to get caught in like a standing rear naked choke or whatever that really was.
I'd rather fall to the ground with him on my back and then get choked out on the ground than get choked out standing.
Yeah, there you go.
But again, he's a BJJ black belt, so he locked it on, slapped it on real tight, and his opponent felt it. And when you feel somebody's arms around your neck, it does something in your brain. It's fight or flight. Mm-hmm. So.
There you go. And are we assuming that 205 is your permanent home now in the UFC? I know there was talks about going to 185 for a bit. Is that kind of in the past? Are you adjusted to this weight class? Is this where you want to be for the foreseeable future?
Well, I would say that I'm over-adjusted, man. I'm pretty low in weight.
Okay.
So
as long as right now,
I woke up after my workout this morning, I was 213. Okay. So, but I sweat a lot, and I still have a lot of fat to lose. So 185, I definitely want to try 185 in 2018. But I got this 205 fighting ahead of me, so that's only thing that's on my mind right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting because I think there's a lot of people, like, they even say, if there's a top-tier guy at 185 that's, like, maybe lost a couple title shots or something, they're like, you should go up to 205 just because, that division seems like it has so much opportunity right now, especially with, who knows what's going on with John and everything. Is that kind of the way you think about it? Like, let me see how well I can do here at least before I, go through another 20 pounds of losing weight?
That's sort of a scavenger's mindset, And things aren't going good for here. Let's go find carrion. And other parts of the division, but no, I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, as long as it's within the legal constraints of the government and all that, and commission and all that stuff. So, no, I don't really think like that. It's just there's more bodies. If I could stay here and get a fast track to the title, and but I haven't really thought about that. I'm just trying to fight the next man.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at like what Volkan was able to do. He got in the UFC in January, and now he's fighting for the title a year later. It just shows, there can be work done in this weight class pretty quickly.
Yeah. But is he ready to fight DC? He's going to say yeah. But I don't know. I haven't really followed his career too much, so I don't know all he can do. We haven't seen all he can do in the cage. Mm-hmm. Only thing we've seen him do is land some perfectly well-placed shots on some really good guys. So I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to get on a fast track to anything. I'm trying to work for my, working my way up. I'm not in a rush. I ain't trying to get all famous and and be the next Conor McGregor, you know, doing coke and beating up gangsters and shit like that. So I'm good, man. I'm humble. I'm content. I'm just happy to be in fighting for this organization and getting paid good money to where I can just fight. You know, I don't have to work a full-time job anymore, so I'm ready.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. We know you're a hard worker even when it comes to other jobs as well. So that part of it is done. You're not working a second job. You're a full-time fighter now?
Yes.
When did that happen?
I quit my job at the end of May, and I fought at the beginning of July. So after I quit my job, I went down to the lab and finished my camp up there. After my fight, moved down to the lab in the end of July, had hand surgery, got back to work at the end of, was it the end of September, beginning of October, got back to work, got better, getting better, and I'm just ready to get in there in the cage and show everybody how much better I've gotten. And then I won't have to ask for title shots. You know, I won't have to ask to fight these good guys. You know, the UFC will know exactly what they have, and you know, they'll just point me in a direction and you know, pull the trigger, pretty much. But again, you know, a lot of people get in this sport trying to be popular, trying to be a personality. You know, I'm just a person. I'm not a personality, and there's more behind just being a person too. So people get in there and fake it and act. You know, I ain't trying to do all that. You know, and I ain't got time for that. You know, I just want to fight, be with my family. That's it.
There you go. That's very commendable. And when you're training full time, though, like when you know, you're completely in it now, what differences do you notice? Like, is it just you're less distractions from the outside world that you can focus purely on training? Like, how would you describe the transition to having all your time dedicated to this now?
Well, when I was working, I would wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work at 6, work for 10 hours, and then rush home to get my stuff so I can go to the gym and train for like 5 hours, and then come home, you know, and eat dinner and go straight to sleep. Not much time to spend with family and stuff like that. Now, I wake up, I get my kids up, you know, I get them ready, I send them off to school, I go to the gym, work out, come home, go pick up the kids, bring the kids to the gym with me, you know, work out again. I'm off. I'm finished with my second workout by, you know, 5, 6 o'clock, depending if I'm doing other classes and whatnot. And then from that time forward, you know, that time on, I'm just me and my family. So it's a lot more relaxing. It's a lot less strain on my body, moving around all freaking day, and then trying to work out in the evening. That's how guys get hurt. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about waking up and going to a job that I'm not too, you know, thrilled about. And I just get up and do what I love, you know, be with my family and train and fight.
Awesome. So, you know, with that said, what kind of performance do you see out of yourself when you have, you know, this complete support and everything, you know, going perfectly, it seems like, going into this fight?
Well, people already see me as a striker, but they're going to see an even better striker. They're going to see an even better mixed martial artist. On top of that, you know, I'm going to be defending takedowns. I may even take somebody down if I get tired of punching them. But who knows? You know, all I know is there's going to be a lot more knockouts on the horizon.